They say some places in the Himalayas aren't meant for human footsteps. We were 5 friends, full of curiosity, chasing adventure, until we heard laughter echoing through the forest. Laughter that didn't belong to anyone we could see. That night, deep in the Kumaon Hills, we came face to face with something not of this world. We were 5 friends, colleagues, actually heading to Kumaon for a wedding. It was one of those trips you don't plan much for, but somehow end up remembering for a lifetime. The wedding was in a small rural village tucked deep into the Kumaon Hills. The air was crisp, the mountains wrapped in mist, and every sunrise looked like it had been painted in silver and gold. After the ceremony ended, none of us were ready to leave just yet. You know that post-wedding vibe, a mix of relief, laughter, and curiosity. Someone mentioned Khait, and that one name, Khait, changed everything. Khait is no ordinary mountain. Locals believe it's home to guardian spirits, Aachri, the protector fairies of the Kumaon and Gaiwal regions. Some say they are beautiful, kind, and gentle, until humans disturb their space. Others whisper that they lure men away, never to return. To us city folks, it sounded like folklore, just stories. So, we decided to check it out for ourselves. A short trek, early morning. That was the plan. We packed up lightly, still wearing the same hoodies from the wedding night, bright colors, casual, nothing serious. It was winter, and the Himalayan vines had already begun to bite. The air smelled of pine, damp soil, and something ancient. We started our trek around 3:45 a.m. Pitch dark. No moonlight. Just our 2 bikes' headlights cutting through the mist as we rode. As the road narrowed, trees began to tower over us like silent watchers. The forest was utterly still. Not even cricket. We parked the bikes and switched to our phone torches. The light barely reached 10 feet ahead. Every step crunched softly on frozen leaves. And then it began, that slow, creeping feeling that something was off. At first, we brushed it off as nerves. But deep down, we all felt it. That quiet pressure in the air. The kind that makes you whisper without knowing why. One of my friends suddenly stopped. He turned back, eyes wide. He said, "Did you hear that?" We froze. A soft, musical laughter echoed through the trees, faint but crystal clear. And right after that, the sound of anklets. Gentle, rhythmic, coming closer. We laughed nervously, told him it must be the wind, maybe a bell from a distant temple. But before we could move again, all of us heard it. The laughter grew louder, sweet, echoing between the trees. The anklets now circling us. We stood there, 5 grown men, rooted in fear. The forest suddenly felt alive. Breathing, listening, the sound of anklets moved around us, as if someone or something was walking just a few feet away. We couldn't see anyone. And then, I saw, for a split second, our flashlight caught a figure tall, maybe 6 feet, draped in a sari that shimmered faintly despite the dark. She wasn't facing us, but somehow we felt her gaze.
That one moment burned into my memory.
Because my flashlight didn't flicker or die, it stayed on. And yet, she vanished like a mist. That was it. We ran. We didn't think, just sprinted down that path, stumbling, gasping, falling. By the time we reached our bikes, all 5 of us were drenched in sweat, hearts pounding like drums. One of our friends, Raghav, fell sick right after fever, chills, wouldn't speak for hours. When we finally returned to the village and told the elders what happened, they didn't laugh. Instead, they scolded us. Harshly, "You shouldn't go there at night," one of them said. "That's their time, not yours." That night, lying awake in the cold silence of the village, I kept thinking, maybe mountains aren't just rock and snow. Maybe they're alive, ancient beings, guarding secrets far older than we can imagine. We city dwellers think we own the world, but in those high, misty woods, we're just visitors. Locals say the Aachri are fairies, protectors of forests and mountains. They are stunningly beautiful and avoid human contact. But if provoked, they reveal a different side, mischievous, even dangerous. It's said they lure handsome men away, deep into their realm, never to return. And those who enter their sacred paths without permission invite their wrath. Maybe that night in Khait, we crossed into a space that didn't belong to us. And maybe the Aachri came to remind us of that. Even today, whenever I see a fog covered mountain or hear anklets in a distant wedding, I remember that night. And I wonder, what if we hadn't run? Would we ever come back? If you ever travel to the Himalayas, respect the silence, the woods, and the stories that live within them. Because some legends aren't legends at all. Every place hides a story. Some are waiting to be heard, and some should never be told. If you want to hear more tales from the dark corners of India, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for the next haunting story. This is Mr. Anonymous, signing off from the shadows. Jai Hind.